The Incredible Hulk, also known as the Edward Norton Hulk, is the second film in the MCU, and it's sort of the black sheep of the MCU universe, partially because it is Edward Norton playing the Hulk and not Mark Ruffalo. You know, it's sort of a big recast back in the day, and so people just tend to forget about it, and then the people that do remember it, they kind of look down on it. It's like, yeah, it's really not that good. And again, I've not seen it in years, but honestly, really good. Again, the things that really stood out to me, first one, the Universal logo showing up, that really surprised me. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot this was Universal still owns the rights to the Hulk, so that's why that showed up. So I just thought that was kind of funny. But again, the tone of these early films so far, completely different to what we know from Marvel films now. Like the tone in this film like really plays like a military spy thriller, which really is kind of what the Hulk is. You know, he's on the run from the military, so they really played up to that, and I like that. Like in back in the day, that they clearly realized, like, right, serious genre, military thriller, and then they'll throw in a wee fantastical element, which is, oh, he turns into a giant green monster. That's what it is. There's just more sincerity in it. The stakes feel higher, and it's really quite a dark film. You know, like, again, blood. There's a lot of blood. Like I really like the opening credits of the film, which sort of just gives you sort of a recap and sort of a quick origin of like, right, how did he get in this situation? But like, you know, you see Betty Ross in a hospital bed. She's beat the fuck up. Like, he smacked her around, which is it's fucking awful. General Ross is all bloodied and all that. It's really grim, and it really reinforces, like, yeah, the Hulk, like Bruce Banner turning into Hulk is a scary thing. It shouldn't be taken lightly. He is turning into a monster. So really good, and just the tone, the colour's really nice. It's just nice seeing good cinematography in a superhero film back in the day, especially in the parts in South America, like in the jungle and all that. The greens of the leaves just really contrast each other with the sunlight, and the river. It just looks really, really good. Lou Ferrigno has a wee cameo, which is really good, which is much better than the cameo that he had in the Ang Lee 2003 film. Gets a bit more respect in this cameo. Liv Tyler. So Liv Tyler is in it as Betty Ross. She's not good. I'm just going to say it. I feel as if she's not good. Her acting just felt a little off. Like, her dialogue delivery just felt really stiff and just wooden, and just really came off as phony in a lot of it. And I feel as if she did not have chemistry whatsoever with Edward Norton. Which, talking about Edward Norton, he was very good. I think he was very good in this role as Bruce Banner. But hearing stories from the set, he really wanted to take this seriously and like treat it like, you know, Shakespeare almost. Like, he really wanted to like delve into the character and like the tragedy of the character. And it's like, okay, that's cool, but bro, you're in a superhero film. Like, you know, read the room and read the comics. But yes, you can have that, but like, don't do it to the detriment of the feeling and flow of the set. Which, you know, Edward Norton, especially back in the day, I think he's got a reputation of being difficult to work with. I think he's chilled out a bit now, but I remember hearing stories of like, yeah, he's difficult to work with, and you can kind of see it just by how seriously he takes this role. But he's very good, and I like the whole he's really searching for a cure. You can really see how desperate he is to get rid of this curse. It's really good. Tim Roth, great as the villain. He's really good. He just comes off as this sort of seedy, slimy, just sort of military guy. Like, he's really good. I really liked him. I've always liked Tim Roth. William Hurt as General Ross. He's fantastic. Like, he really felt, again, talk about perfect casting. I think he was great. I think he jumped off comic book pages and really reminded me of the General Ross from the cartoons of the Hulk that I grew up with. Like, he really embodied that so much. He was really, really good. Blake Nelson, again, fantastic. Then again, he's always fantastic in every role that he takes. He's just one of those actors that you just put him in there, tell him what to aim for, and he gets it every time. He's really, really good. Again, the only one that sort of disappointed me was Liv Tyler. I feel as if just miscast and just not good. Maybe that's why they didn't bring her back. So there's that. Talking about colour, the Hulk design himself. I never liked this Hulk design. I thought it was really, really ugly. And I kind of know why. The reason for that is, obviously, the Hulk movie we had before this was 2003 Ang Lee Hulk movie, which I always liked that movie, and I still like that movie. I really like that movie. I feel as if that's a really good presentation of the Hulk and the Hulk's power, just how fucking powerful he is. But the critics back in the day, they compared him to Shrek. You know, they're like, wow, he's too green. And in this movie, I feel as if that was a gut reaction. They're like, alright, go, we can't make him too green. Let's tone it down a bit. But in a lot of scenes, he looks more yellow. And it just looks weird. And he's a little too shredded. So like the fibres of the muscle just looks weird. It blends with the colour too much, the yellowy colour. And it just makes him look ugly. Like it just really looks, it's the ugliest Hulk I think we've ever had. I think the Ang Lee Hulk looks much better than this Hulk. And then they fixed him for Avengers. Like Avengers Hulk looks fantastic. That is maybe the best looking Hulk from memory. Like that's probably the best looking Hulk. But this Hulk right here, horrible. Horrible looking. Just did not look good. And again, talking about Edward Norton and Liv Tyler, sort of the lack of chemistry there. The film slows down a bit in the sort of third quarter when it's like them on the run. And it's like, oh right, this is kind of boring. It's like, okay, it's fine. Again, I just don't believe their chemistry as lovers. The action scenes are still pretty good. So the first campus fight is really good, where they've got the Humvees coming in with like the sound wave things. That's pretty cool. And obviously Tim Roth, which is kind of weird that like Tim Roth is sort of the first on-screen super soldier that we see. Sort of gives us like a taste of like what Captain America will be able to do at some point. I found that kind of cool and interesting. And obviously looking back now to the wee things that they were hinting towards back then to what we have now, it was just sort of cool seeing, oh yeah, they reference S.H.I.E.L.D. a wee bit here. There was a Stark reference there. Obviously the stuff that he gets injected with is the super soldier serum. So oh yeah, we've only got 2 left. Like that, all that kind of stuff was fun. But again, they don't put too much importance on the setting up of other stuff to detriment the actual film. So it was still good. It was like, no, this is a Hulk film and we'll just put tiny Easter eggs here and there. The end fight in Harlem, still really good. I like Abomination's design a wee bit. It is drastically different from the comic book design. I mean, really, it just looks like a berserker from Gears of War. I've always thought that. But his brutality is there. And yeah, it was a good fight. It was a good fight. A little too dark, but you know, it's not god awful. At the end of the day, for the second movie in the MCU, it's not bad. It's still an interesting story. It's interesting themes. You know, the thriller sort of tone to it is really good. Good acting for the most part. Focused on itself and telling a good story and a good like Hulk story rather than a MCU story, which so far that's what these movies are doing. Pacing slows down a wee bit, but overall it's not as bad as everyone says. Like we've had worse movies in the MCU going forward, and yes, it's lower than some of the other films, but it's not bottom 5. I don't think. Who knows? It might be, but it's not the worst of the worst. It's just generally okay. Overall, I would give the movie a 7 out of 10. It's enjoyable. I did have fun watching it and just seeing how things were different back in the day, but it's not god awful. Like people look back and talk about it now as if it's absolute dog shit. Like, oh my god, it's awful. It's like, no, in a world of Thor, Love and Thunder, that is an Oscar winning picture compared to that. This is not that bad. But yeah, that's just my feelings on The Incredible Hulk. What do you think? When was the last time you saw this film? Have you seen the film? Did you see it back in the day when it first came out? What do you think? Do you think Edward Norton should have stayed? Do you like Mark Ruffalo? What do you think? I want to know. So thanks very much for watching, and I shall see you next time. Bye bye.